My name is Mick Cornett. I'm the mayor of Oklahoma City and the president of the United States Conference of Mayors for this year. It's great to have everybody here. I don't know if you've heard, but we have set a record, most mayors to ever attend a winter conference, so congratulate yourself. Over 300 mayors. I guess that's the largest gathering of mayors in the history of Washington, D.C., and so Mayor Bowser, it's not a bad way to start 2017. I want to recognize the conference leadership on the dais. First of all, my Vice President, Mitch Landrieu from New Orleans. Second Vice President, Steve Benjamin of Columbia. Past President Elizabeth Kautz of Burnsville, Minnesota. Trustee Jim Brainerd from Carmel, Indiana. And our CEO and Executive Director, Tom Cochran, down on the right. And I'll introduce the rest of the speakers who are at the head table as they go through their introductions. We also welcome those that are watching us via social media. Facebook Live, for instance, is carrying this entire conference. As a reminder, all of our plenary sessions are available on Facebook Live and available for you on demand at usmayors.org on the Conference of Mayors YouTube channel. For those of you on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, use the hashtag USCMWinter17. That's USCMWinter17 when you're posting about the 85th winter meeting. We also invite you to download and use the handy USCM app. It's available for iPhone, iPad, and Android devices. You can go to the App Store and download the app. You can get it in Google Play, and it'll provide the most updated information for this meeting. Of course, I want to thank our sponsors for this winter meeting, without which this meeting would not be appropriately or possible. Our title sponsor is Ford Motor Company. Let's hear it for Ford. Several other sponsors for me to mention: J.P. Morgan Chase & Company, American Beverage Association, USA Funds, Google, Target Corporation, Uber Technologies, Inc., the Walton Family Foundation, Wells Fargo, Airbnb, Starbucks Coffee Company, HDR, Americans for the Arts, the Coca-Cola Company North America, American Heart Association, the Southwest Affiliate, American Water Resources, and Linebarger, Goggin, Blair, and Sampson, LLP. Let's give them all a round of applause. As we open the meeting, I do have a few prepared thoughts I wanted to communicate to the audience. As is our tradition, the nation's mayors here are gathered in Washington on the eve of the presidential inauguration. It is obviously one of our nation's most treasured ceremonies. We come together to express unity after the election period, and God knows this year we could certainly use some unity. We're going to be celebrating the peaceful transition of governing. And as we look back on the 8 years, I think we would be remiss if we did not sincerely thank President Obama, Vice President Biden, and the entire administration not only for their work on behalf of the American people and their tireless dedication to helping strengthen American cities, but with the respect and cooperation they gave this organization. We're very grateful. Some tough statements made during the campaign about the state of American cities. I don't have to tell this audience that though every city faces challenges, every level of government also has a role to play in helping to foster job creation, improve public safety, and protect those who are most vulnerable. We're going to need to help the new administration fully understand the economic strength of the American cities, the metro areas. As you know, there are many innovations taking place in our metro cities at the local level, and the federal policies are often necessary to help promote and have greater prosperity for American cities in that area. According to the Metro Economics Report, last year our economy produced 2.2 million jobs. 95% of those jobs were created inside American cities. And over 91% of our gross domestic product comes from our cities and our metro areas. So clearly, the nation's economic future and our cities are vitally linked. The Conference of Mayors will stand firm in our commitment to all of those who reside in cities and support national policies that promote American values. We will continue our long history of championing priorities such as immigration reform, improved access to health care, environmental stewardship, protection of human rights, and many more. So on these important issues, let there be no doubt we're going to be there for the American people. On December 15th, the top 4 officers and our CEO met with the President-elect, Donald Trump, and the Vice President-elect, Mike Pence, inside Trump Tower in New York City. We had some really enjoyable meetings. We discussed our commitment to work with the new administration to build the infrastructure that our citizens and our businesses need if we're going to succeed. And upon his election, President-elect Trump stated his desire to, and I quote, rebuild highways, bridges, tunnels, airports, schools, and hospitals, and to put millions of people to work as this nation rebuilds our infrastructure. But we also know that the key to making all this work is going to be increased decision-making at the local level. And we're going to need to help Washington understand that infrastructure cannot simply be paid for through private sector incentives. It's going to take a broad package of investments to make it all happen. During our meeting in Trump Tower, we also discussed priorities related to public safety, the Community Development Block Grant, and the protection of the tax-exempt status in our municipal bonds. And one of the very positive takeaways from our meetings relates to tax-exempt financing. President Trump said he's with us on protecting the tax-exempt status of municipal bonds, and it's in his plan that includes that and other of our priorities. Granted, it was just a first conversation, a chance for us to get to know each other. But I do believe that effectively it laid the groundwork for future cooperation. And as a result of that meeting, we're going to be joined later in this session by Vice President-elect Mike Pence. There are clearly additional areas where we can work closely with the new administration and with Congress. For example, our organization has been working for years to reduce unfunded mandates that have come from the EPA, especially those related to water and wastewater. We have put forward logical and informational, thoughtful initiatives that we think would better balance the needs of the environment and also protect it and make it affordable for our nation's citizens. This is an area that's ripe for agreement going forward. Beyond the serious policy issues that we're going to confront in the coming days, I also believe there is more as local leaders that we need to do in our home cities. This election exposed deep concerns and fears across the political spectrum. Mayors know that language matters, and tone matters, and intent matters. And there is healing that needs to take place beyond Washington. And we're going to all have to work together to help bring a little more civility to the public discourse. Our citizens are looking to us. And at this winter meeting, I hope we can seek clarity in establishing the path forward. We're going to address a multitude of concerns. Each of you has a unique perspective to share, and we hope you'll share it. When our cities are facing uncertainties, the residents look for us for leadership. And now is a time when we're being called upon, collectively as a body of elected leaders, to identify challenges and to take on these challenges to help unite the country. So I thank you all for being here today. I thank you for your commitment to your city and the commitment to being at this conference and commitment to our nation. And most of all, I commit you specifically to this organization, the United States Conference of Mayors. With all that said, we have 43 new mayors that have registered for this winter meeting. So I know, isn't that cool? If it works correctly, we're going to show the names and put them across up here. So if you see one of these people, be sure and shake their hand and welcome them. That first meeting can be very intimidating. I remember thinking everybody knew everybody and I didn't know anybody. So please reach out to the new mayors, and we apologize to any mayor who may have mistakenly been left off this list. But if you would please stand if you're a new mayor, let us welcome you to the U.S. Conference of Mayors. And now let me call on the mayor of the District of Columbia. Muriel Bowser is here, and she's going to give us an effective and first welcome to the city. Mayor Bowser.
Well, good afternoon, mayors. And I want to officially welcome you to Washington, D.C. for this winter meeting of the U.S. Conference of Mayors. And I know you will join me in giving appreciation to our president, who just delivered a very effective welcome to all of us. President Cornett. And to Mayor Landrieu and Mayor Benjamin and all the leadership of the Conference of Mayors, thank you for all of the work that you have done on our behalf. And like the President just mentioned, our residents are counting on us to continue to lead, to continue to innovate, to continue to challenge. We know that as mayors, we don't have time and we don't have the luxury of not getting things done for our residents. So be it education or infrastructure or protecting and preserving the human rights of our residents, Americans all across our country are counting on us to get the job done. And I am, for one, I'm up for the challenge. How about you, mayors? It is true that many of us were called on over the last months to defend our cities, to talk about the great things that are happening in our cities. And I also am proud of what we're doing in Washington. I spread the word wherever we go that crime is down, and where it's not and where we know that we have things to do, we're working on those things. I spread the word that we in cities, we have an obligation to invest in work training and making sure that our people are employed so that we can talk about having a 3% reduction in unemployment in our city just in the last 2 years. I talk about how we have balanced 21 consecutive budgets. And we don't get a lot of help from the federal government either. And that's important that while we're in Washington, we're talking about what the federal government can partner with us to do. We are looking forward to that challenge and those opportunities. And we are also very strategic and smart about how we have to protect ourselves against any vulnerabilities that we find. And so when we come together to meet, I have had to say in my 2 years as being mayor of Washington, D.C., membership in this organization has meant so much to me and how we get things done in the city. Being able to count on the professional and smart staff that we have with the U.S. Conference of Mayors allows me to walk into any meeting or trade mission and make sure I have all of the most relevant information and best practices. And we are proud in Washington to host the conference each and every January, and we look forward to you having a productive meeting. I also would like to invite you to join us for our Welcome to Washington reception. We started it last year with the ambassador from Qatar, and tomorrow evening at his residence, the ambassador from Colombia will welcome us too. Have a great meeting.
Thank you for being such a great host, and I know a lot of us are spending a lot of time in your city this weekend, and we always have a wonderful time, feel like we're treated very, very well. But before you leave, we're going to give you some money.
How about that?
The DollarWise campaign is going to announce its recipients this year on Thursday, but since we had Mayor Bowser here today, we wanted to go ahead and announce that Washington, D.C. is a recipient of one of these awards. And so it's an Innovation Grant Award, $10,000 that will go toward integrating financial education for your prisoner reentry program. So let's show our appreciation. Mayor Bowser, congratulations. I think they're going to take a picture. I would now like to introduce